Hello, 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 hello. Welcome
Hello,
to,
hello.
yeah. Welcome, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was by Barrett, our driver sitting in the pits right now. He's going to be joining in the second session of disqualifying. How's everybody doing? We're live.
Should be a good race.
Yeah, should be a good race. It's a bit moist today. As we catch the M's starting to go first on track, they're probably gonna have the worst of it. The track has standing water. In this qualifying.
Wow, it's a very nice.
It's a very nice indeed. How have you been? Are you ready to see some moist racing? Usually these are really nice.
There's like nothing wrong with some good old moist racing, in my opinion.
It's always better stuff. Some of our better races have been moist. Lots of interesting. You're moist with anticipation, yep.
Oh, love it. Love it.
We're following along right now. Our first driver on track that was going to place a valid lap. Martinez. Jose? I hope I'm pronouncing that. But it looks like he invalidated. So our first driver currently with a still valid lap is going to be Bruce Hopkins. And the bronze split. Alright.
I think it's just... No, I'm not even going to try it again. Tiago tried to teach me, and I still couldn't do it. So I am too Florida man to understand this.
Too Florida man. Do you see at the bottom of the leaderboards currently there, Jelson Cruz actually has a qualification ban, so that is why he is currently disqualified during the qualification session. So he will be starting at the back of the grid, and hopefully he can have a better race, redeem himself. But as our first driver catches up, we're going to see our first time posted, and that is a 1:58 won by Bruce Hopkins, currently the only one to cross with a valid lap out of all the bronze. Iago, you suck. I mean, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's watching this. Let's follow up our second driver right now that might be placing in a lap. John Luque. Sliding that McLaren around the final corner. Just 6/10 away. What do you think? What do you guys think this race is going to be like?
I don't know. Like I was saying, I was like, there's probably going to be a lot of carnage, but then we say this for every race, wet race, but yet we always have pretty clean racing because everyone's a little bit more cautious.
Yeah. It's just a little damp out there. Just a little damp. It looks like it's a lot of standing water that you guys have to deal with, but the rain is reducing? Chilling? I think it's a little wet. Ooh.
This McLaren things, it's fine.
Oh, just
it's
McLaren
normal
things. Right, we're following along.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like this car doesn't mind damp settings. I've always enjoyed the McLaren in the damp setting situation, or greasy. Once it gets into full wet, the car, I don't know, just
doesn't like it.
It does not like it. I do have a clip when I did a wet race at Spa. Well, it started wet and it was supposed to dry out, so I stayed on slicks because it was supposed to, stop raining in the first 5 minutes of the race. And I have like the perfect Tokyo drift around a perpendicular pointing car. like that was on the apex, and I was trying to dodge it, and I ended up sliding around it in the McLaren at Spa. The right-hander after was that Pujol?
Yes, the first of the S's.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. The car is something else when it comes to the bike. But as far as in practice, Nick was obviously on the top of the charts at the beginning of practice. And I think Ricardo was up there as well. But Rados looked really, really good. Looked like he had some pace in the course today.
I'm looking forward to seeing that part of the race. Usually Hungaroring is a very single file track when you're racing in the dry. I know the wet makes it a little bit more spicy. A little less single file. Kind of. I'm hoping to see some good battles today. Looking forward to sleeping after the race. Make sure you grab a good big bowl of food, like right now before you do your quali, and stuff yourself so much that you just fall asleep right at the end of the race. All the AMs are kind of improving upon each other. We're seeing Ryan Wampler put in his valid lap. Currently there is nobody else that hasn't put his valid lap. That is good.
Yep. Let's see here. Looks like Martinez is trying to find his pace in that McLaren right now.
Yep.
It's a handful in these conditions for sure.
Oh yeah. I don't doubt that, and I'm kind of glad that I'm not racing in these conditions in Hungaroring.
Yeah. me and Hungaroring have passed, and
especially when it's moist.
Ryan and Victor remember. Clark Gould remembers.
I remember.
Everyone remembers. Anyone in penalty review that week remembers.
Oh yeah.
It was just, I enjoy this track. I actually like this track, which
To
I know
drive.
is like probably the hottest take out there for ACC. It's probably one of the most hated tracks in ACC, but I enjoy this track. And it's probably because I am a McLaren driver, and I feel like the McLaren around this track is a lot of fun.
So I like driving the track. I hate racing it in the dry.
Yeah.
I don't know in the wet. I know that race in the wet, I wasn't there, I believe, last time. Or maybe I was. I don't remember. But it seems like every single time I drive this track, I'm made a train conductor. And it's just stressful.
That's every race you're in, not just a wet race, all right?
Especially Hungaroring. It is very stressful.
Ask Ryan. If anyone was not here last season, this man let me keep my position at Silverstone because poor Ryan could not, for the life of him, get around Ferris in that Aston V12.
It wasn't that fantastic.
Some say I might have paid Ferris that race.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, the B12 booty is so mighty indeed, and it sounds so good. It really does, but it turns like a turd that you've polished way too much, so it doesn't even have any more traction. Bruce Hopkins leading the bronze split by a second.
Yep.
That looks good for him.
Coming out here, asserting dominance, Lukey managed to find that pace right at the end of it. He was sitting like 6th, I think, in class for a moment.
Yeah, John Lukey improving his time at the end. Drew Pete coming in third with just a 10th to Lukey. So that's going to make it a little bit interesting. Chaumont was, if you recall, he was racing Bruce Hopkins in Paul Ricard the entire race, almost. I'm a bit surprised to see him fall off a little bit compared to Bruce this time around, but I imagine Bruce would have spent quite some time practicing these conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a difference in maybe didn't get enough practice in like he wanted to.
Or he might just be improving during the race.
Well, there's that too. I am one of those, show up, do some practice enough, and then you show up and you just learn on the fly, just watch other people's lines. Be like, yeah, that looks like a nice line. I'll follow this one. And then I end up killing them, and I'm like, well, shit, there goes my GPS.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it looks like everyone's really struggling to keep the car going straight. Let's see if we can get passenger view. No. Try and see if we can get Michael Lukey driving this car a little bit. He was going to be the first of the silver drivers to post a valid time, it seems.
Yeah, if I remember / understand it correctly, someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong, or you. Porsche is one of those cars where it either likes very wet or very dry conditions. Like, it doesn't enjoy the in between. So once it actually gets pretty wet out there, it feels pretty good.
I mean, honestly, it seemed pretty stable throughout the last couple of corners. But on the exit there, he was wiggling the wheel quite a bit. So Michael Lukey, not quite the time that he wants to see. And Jeremy Story and Jay Barrett, Paul Miles all place right at the edge of 56. Barrett just getting into it by a couple thousandths of a second. Ooh.
Oh, and there goes Lukey.
There goes Lukey.
And boom goes the dynamite. Chris, Joey, can you explain just how moist it is out there? Is it Florida man swamp ass levels of moist? Right now it's looking like a nice, wonderful July afternoon shower where it was 90 degrees and now it's just raining, and you just hope that the rain doesn't stop, and if it does, then you just have extreme levels of swamp ass moist, and it's just the worst, actually, because at that point it has stopped raining, but yet you still feel wetness hit your face in the air. It's so muggy.
Are you speaking from experience?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That was too detailed.
Where you have to swim through. Exactly. You step out. If you have glasses on, I hope you didn't want to see because you're not going to. Those glasses are fogged up for the next 4 hours. Your shirt's probably already wet, even if the rain stopped. It's just wonderful times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Paul Miles about to improve his lap time. Paul Miles places himself in second, currently behind Luis Castro, who seems to enjoy the moist. I mean, I've felt 100% humidity before, and it is atrocious. The humidity with heat in Malaysia and in Dubai, it is atrocious. Or was it? No, sorry, it was not Malaysia. I went to Singapore, I believe. That's where the Petronas Towers are, right? Anyways, one of them. It was like 100% humid with heat. It was, you cannot breathe. I hate that. Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, Mr.
Hey, and the humidity sucks.
You know, we all know where the Twitch money's going, and it's no one else's pockets but Ferris's.
Exactly. Thank you, boys.
Even before we hit stream, he was searching for hot rims in his area.
No, I wasn't. Okay.
They were nice and bronzed.
I don't know. I've forgotten which one it is. Not because I went to so many, but because I just can't figure out which one it is. I always mix up the two. Alvarado just waking up from his nap, by the way, in chat. He's not
Perfect.
joking when he says morning, boys.
Yep, he is not. I'm pretty sure he was saying in chat that he had his timer set up for 15 minutes before it started.
Yes, he did. As we look currently on track, two drivers in the top 5 currently improving their lap times by quite a bit. Mark Robeson, halfway through the track with 4/10 up. Oh, it looks like I might have sniped Sauer. He had another 4/10 up, and he's just dropped to on par.
Lukey is up a full second right now, almost.
Oh yeah.
Say going into the final sector here.
It's because he towed back to the pits after his spin, and he had to waste another lap.
It's true.
Right?
Yep. Dylan Beveridge up 8/10 as well.
Yeah.
So boys finding their pace here. I think probably getting a little bit of a line now that the silvers are going through.
Yep. Everybody gonna have one last lap to put in. Luis Castro has just crossed the line and improved on his time, so he's down to the 54s. Wow, the splits split. It's quite correct. I don't know how else to say it. Bruce Hopkins is just sitting there as an outlier in the middle of a couple of the silvers, but everybody else seems to be correct.
We know how to split them, you know.
Yeah, we know how to split the splits.
I agree with Chris. Let's go, Bruce.
Yeah, let's go, Bruce.
I will always root for my McLaren boys, but you know, Bruce a good dude.
100%.
Mr. Lukey has died again, but he was able to get that time in. Always, you know, like qualifying in the. Oh, we got our pro boys starting to line up.
And Paul Miles snaps that P1 right now from Luis. Luis might not be able to.
Milo.
Yeah. I was expecting him to go for one more lap because he had the right for it. He'd cross the line with just a couple seconds to spare into his 10 minutes. Let's go.
Chris, you're not wrong. Lukey does only have 2 modes: fast and dead. Mine are moderately dead or killing spree.
So Luis just needs 300ths to pass back Paul, and he's just at R currently.
He needs an amazing. Yeah, he's not gonna get this.
No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, unfortunately for Luis.
He's not flashing enough. Clearly, that was slowing him down.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, good job on Paul snatching that pole position for the silvers right at the end. A couple of the other drivers still on track. Story just crossing, not really improving on his lap time, and Beveridge coming around. 2 corners to go, and he's just lost 4/10. That's gotta hurt.
Yes, I think with that, I don't think we're gonna have any more movement in the silver. So Milo holds to that P1.
Oh.
In class. Oh.
Oh, 1 second. Oh, it's so close. Beveridge almost snatching P5 from Santos. There's no more movement.
Okay. Did it take me this long to realize that the front of Beveridge's BMW essentially has like eyeshadow?
Yes.
How she painted that?
Yes, that's from
I saw it. I was like, damn, that just looks
Have you never played Okami or seen it?
No.
Oh, it was a
I am
fantastic
uncultured.
looking game. Yeah, it's this is the livery is whatchamacallit, inspired by the Okami fox. Very nice, stylized, stylish, styled game. It was fantastic. It was pretty mind blowing when I first saw it. As I think I was right before becoming a teen. Some good stuff. The pro driver is currently on their first hot lap. Alvarado leading the pack, who is driver 36. Trevor Jackson looks like he left the pits a bit late compared to all the other boys, giving himself more than enough room. Aesthetically pleasing, yes, aesthetic. That's good. That's a good word, and I can't even say it.
Sitting in the pits at the moment.
Thank you for follow. LFM, G Farrell, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for the follow.
Welcome to our moist Hungaroring race.
We are firm believers in the moistness. As a Florida man, I approve this moist. I'm a professional moister.
You're the moist man.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that sounds wrong.
That's about right.
So we're about to see what first lap time Alvarado places in. This guy waking up from his nap. Almost like we're bothering him to come race with us.
I mean, we did essentially bully him the past 2 weeks because he was too toasted.
Yep.
We
And there
called
he
him
goes.
a bitch and told him to get in the car, so...
Straight into the 153s, followed by Mike Jackson, just 7/10ths behind. Good lap times from them. Peter Hutch placing himself currently in 5th, 6th, and Rados, like you said, yeah, Rados has some pace in him today.
He did tell me that he was at the Church of Golf today.
Of golf, okay, so he's given up on the Cheetos.
No, he was just at the other church today.
The one that he didn't go to.
Yeah, so if he dies, it'll probably because he did not go to the correct altar today. Or he went to the right one, because since he was driving the golf balls, you know?
Fair enough. Carl Big, placing himself currently in P14. Either he's not too happy with the card. I know that he was kind of complaining that the car was very dangerous here. And you even see him, you can hear him struggling to get out of turn 1. Hopefully he can get that car dialed in. Figure it out.
I have probably about 10 minutes of experience in the Audi and ACC.
And you know exactly how it is.
Yep. As Carl's now in pits.
Oh, he's probably adjusting his tires. The Audi's deadly everywhere. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I enjoy driving it in iRacing, and it's still deadly there. It's actually what we're going to be taking in the 12-hour this weekend.
As we see the top two drivers, Nicholas Alvarado and Mike Jackson improving on their time. Nick 4/10, Mike 7/10. They're going to place themselves in P1 and P2 respectively. Rivera.
Rados up 4/10, almost 5/10 now coming out of the final corner. 6/10.
Brandon Mayer.
It's an okay exit. Moves up to P3.
Yeah, Brandon Mayer places himself also in the top 5. Looks like Trevor might have given up on trying to improve his time. He's satisfied, it seems, with that. P6 currently. Ooh.
As is also sitting in the pits.
Rivera having to tow back to the pits, having a little incident there. He's going to have one more attempt, essentially.
Yeah. You're basically coming down to one final attempt for these boys. So get out there and get your... Looks like Tez and Big are back out there as well.
Yeah, David Punk. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, David. David Funk yet to place a valid lap. Oh, never mind. He just did 4 seconds off the pace. Seems like that was his first valid one and he's just trying to get something in.
Yep, which was almost quick enough to get through. It was quick enough to at least get ahead of all the bronze drivers outside of Lukey and Bruce.
Yeah, I did see him lose about 5/10 just exiting turn 1 on his best time.
So maybe he got a little loose there on exit or something.
Yeah, and that's the same corner I mentioned Carl Big sounded like he was struggling with as well, so it's... Whew. Yeah, this car looking really dangerous as usual. Yeah, Nicholas getting another 2 laps in. It looks like he's going to be able to place. Nobody really improving on their times, apart from David.
Yeah, it's Nick up 2/10 currently. Hutch is up 2/10 currently.
Now, yeah.
Nothing too crazy though.
Oh. Yeah, they're all starting a brand new lap though, so it looks like all that time to be gained in the first lap, in the first corners.
Hutch already up almost 4/10, and he's got Rados behind him.
Let's see what
So
Rados...
Rados is getting a little bit of a tow. He is up 2/10, almost 3/10.
Ooh, Peter Hutch having a big slide there. I think that might have... No, he's still up on his time.
Yep. This is gonna be a high risk, high reward for Rados, staying behind Hutch, because obviously Hutch has pace, so he can get a really nice tow from this Mercedes. But if Hutch loses it, definitely put himself in jeopardy.
I would say he's probably hoping that Hutch loses it so he can get past. It does seem that Hutch is struggling to keep that car pointing straight as well.
Yep, he's not losing much time. He's still up 2/10. Rados is now 3/10. I think he's only lost a couple of tenths from staying behind him, but I think it's gonna work out for him.
Coming around the final corner, both drivers up.
Riviera up 5/10. Yep, they're all looking really good here. So let's see, Hutch currently up 3/10 on exit. Doesn't get an amazing exit.
It looks like
He's gonna move into
set his
7th.
lap. Yep.
And Rados is going to stay 3rd, 3/1000ths off of Mike Jackson.
Yeah, and he's not going to be able to make the pass. Unfortunately for Rados, it was either back out before the final lap or make it, and
you just hope for the best there. Riviera up 6/10, coming into the final corner right now. Do we snipe him or does he hold this? Oh.
I feel like he's
Not a great entry. Gets a decent exit. Is this gonna be enough?
Yeah, slow and fast out. That is
It
gonna
is
place
not.
him in. Ooh, so close to P3. Actually, P2 through P3 are just a couple hundredths away from each other. That's crazy. Carl Big, improving slowly on his time. Doesn't seem like he's having a great time in the Audi, in the moist conditions.
Does not like it. Moist confirmed.
Okay, he's at 5/10. Let's leave him there. Alvarado coming across the
He just flexing
penultimate.
at this point.
Yeah. Improving 2/10 now in his lap time. Brendan Mayer, though, as well. 2/10. So.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough to bump him up anything. Nick just like, I'm awake now. Here's another quick time.
Yeah. Mike Jackson crossing the line does not improve.
Carl Big finds 5/10 though.
All Big placing
Jumps
himself
up to P7.
Yep. Great time for him. Brandon Mayer crosses the line last and gets doesn't get to improve a position, but they improved on his lap time. This is This has been a good quali so far. Can we see how ugly Manito's livery is?
Wait, why isn't
it's somewhere
Tiago
in there.
racing tonight?
Tiago is not a moist believer,
Unbelievable.
right?
You know, does he not know that he needs the moistness to keep his treehouse alive?
Does he not know it? Let's try and see some of the liveries out here. There is a disturbing livery for Honda Racing. Unfortunately, we have to look at this because he's one of the fast boys. Pretty interesting. I don't remember seeing car 11 on track before. Or Ryan Wampler, at least with this livery, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. I totally forgot to update the liveries. I hope there was no changes this week.
No, there haven't been any changes this week.
Cool.
Oh, all the drivers have.
Right, we have some wet conditions. Watch out for curbs and exit, and remember to brake early.
Wet conditions, you don't say.
You don't say. And it seems like they have even more standing water than a qualification. Let me set that up. So we have 34 cars on track today. A good separation of the splits. Pros actually on top, and Silver's between them and the AMs. Bruce kind of splitting the leaderboard. Let's get the times out. So on track, Nicholas Alvarado, Mike Jackson, Andrew Rados, Ricardo Rivera, Brandon Mayer, Trevor Jackson, Carl Big, Peter Hutchings, and then Milo, pole sitter for the silver split, followed by Luis Castro, Mark Robeson, Dylan Sauer, Santos. I'm so sorry, I don't remember the first name. We have Dylan Beveridge and Dan Tesoro. Rogerio Santos. Thank you. Dan Tesoro, Dylan Beveridge. In the Okami car. Dan Tesoro, Andrew Lloyd, Michael Lukey, Joseph Savage, Jay Barrett, Jeremy Story. We have Bruce Hopkins. Where am I? Schmitzer.
20 seconds.
Jose Guzman. Payant. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your first name. I'm not very familiar with it yet. Carlos Guzman. So both Guzmans in front of each other in the start of the lap. Followed by John Lukey, David Funk, who's probably not very happy about not getting a good lap in. Oof. Looks like he's gone to the pits. Drew Pete, David Chomo, Timmy White, Ryan Wampler, David Miller, Martinez, and running up the field, Jeremy Cruz. Or Justin Cruz, I'm sorry. So not a bad field today.
Yeah, even with having, a lot of people get scared from wet conditions and Hungaroring, and we still had a good turnout, so, it's good to see.
Alright, so we see David Funk says this is his wet strategy. Best of luck to you. This is probably the one track where that might come in handy. Trying to make some spots with a little bit of an undercut. And hopefully not. We don't see any carnage in lap 1. I don't know if I can use the arrow keys here. No, not working. Best of
I
luck
do
to you.
have your turn 1.
We have our side-by-side turn 1 camera ready.
Yeah. Hopefully these boys are not afraid to use all the runoff that there is in turn 1. If needed.
Absolutely. And down the field, everybody trying to heat up their tires. I don't know if that's really working for them. As all the boys start to line up double file, going towards the final 3 corners of the race. Michael Wiki having a bit of a checkup there. One boys get. And let's see a side-by-side of your turn 1.
Did Ryan Wampler, did he just join?
Ryan Wampler,
He
no, he was there before.
Oh, he just started with it. It's okay. I wasn't sure if he. I
Oh,
didn't
he might
remember
have
seeing
also
during
gone to
quality.
pit, too. As the leader comes around the final corner, all the cars get ready for lap 1 of the moist Hungaroring. And it is
Green light. Go, go, go.
green. Not too much craziness. I do see a 3 wide in the back. Hopefully all the cars start to slow down properly.
So far, so good, I'd say. Nothing too crazy. Everyone being a little bit more patient. Looks like Luis went off wide a little bit. And another one, the AMs went wide a little bit as well.
Turn 1 clean. You love to see it. A few bumps here and scrapes. Oh, I do see some cars sliding off track in the back.
Yeah, it looks. Not sure who that. Yeah, someone did go off. Didn't look anything. I didn't see anything malicious. It might have been just
Contacts.
wet conditions.
A little bit of contact there from Story.
So far, so good. Now we're heading into the chicane, though. Let's see. Oh, we have one.
Off track.
Looks like that was Barrett. That might have went off.
I believe so. I see he's dropped in the standings recently.
I know from experience these hairpins can be a little tricky on the first lap.
That's why I didn't want to say anything yet.
I do know from past experience when moist can be dangerous.
Lots of moist
a lot
going
of-
on.
A lot of single file, which you love to see on lap 1. Just kind of just file in,
Yeah.
settle down.
Settle down. Get your tires up to temperature before you start trying really anything. And the first laps, everybody pretty much survives. You love to see it. And already now we start to begin seeing some overtakes on the top of the leaderboard. Nicholas already placing almost a 2-second gap from Mike Jackson. Not bad. Lots going on right now. It's so hard to figure out where to look. Guzman trying to overtake Guzman.
Some Guzman on Guzman action.
Some Guzman. Oh wait, no, sorry. He's that's not Guzman on Guzman action. That's Guzman on Hopkins.
Just going through replay real quick to see if I.
You'd love to see it. You boys making us proud. Oh no, right as I say that, I see a yellow flag for John Lukey. I hope that was a spin, not racing in contact.
Skin on skin.
Skin on skin. I can't make it. I can't do it as well.
No. So the turn 2 incident on lap 1, I do have, if you'd like to pull it up,
You on?
just some typical
Little tap.
McLaren enduring with a little bad rejoin here, a lot of bad rejoin, I should say. Well, that's 2 of them.
At least it was not terrible.
Nope, And then if you want to, oh, let's see here. Where is?
Following along, Barrett is really trying to put off Guzman, going all the way to the pit entrance wall, the pit wall, trying to get him looking at driving in his mirrors a little bit for a pass on lap 3. Lots of everybody's extremely close together. Like we have P10 all the way down to P26 are all within a tenth of each other. Sorry, a second of each other.
I do have, who is this? So I have Martinez and Funk currently back in the back in P29 and 30. Funk got the pass and Martinez tried to get the position back. Might have spooked Martinez there. He took a little, that was a lot of curb to be taken in the wet in the McLaren there. That was
a bit scary.
Yeah, for sure. You barely want to touch a lot of that curb in the dry in that car, let alone in these super moist situations.
Very moist. Yeah, so far so good. We're starting to see some of the battles bubble up now in the silver class and the top 4. All the drivers within a second from first to 4th. And Milo being the train conductor today in silver split.
Someone's got to do it when you're not there, man. Wow, he really is, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, look at the... you guys can kind of see the gaps. It's...
Yeah.
Love to see it. I think Helicam would probably look at that. Massive train.
Is a thing of beauty. That is Ferris certified train conducting right there.
Absolutely. And even further down the field, next train is like also just as impressive. Barrett almost in the back of Guzman there. It looks like with missing his brakes a bit.
We got the Guzman train here.
Ooh.
Guzman on. Oh my.
I don't know if you've seen that, but Barrett almost lost it. Oh, I do see a yellow flag on track. It looks like Jeremy Story might have lost it. Unfortunately, see if you can get anything on that.
Oh, he looks like he got touched. Yeah, let me get that one up here.
Further back in the field, the battle for P14, a mini train going on with Michael Lukey as the conductor here. Lots going on. It's so difficult to see what's to figure out who to follow. You see,
by the way, I did look at the Barrett going off before the chicane. Him and Lukey were side by side, and there was enough space, but they barely touched, and then ACC broke.
Yep.
So I do have the story situation. Tez with a little too big of a sniff.
Ooh, big sniff.
Big sniff in those BMW nostrils.
Beverage here getting a run
just
on
enough.
Lukey.
Spin him around, unfortunately.
Loves to see it. Well, you don't love to see the incident, but you love to see the racing that's happening at the same time.
Yeah, overall, it's, again, another relatively clean wet race.
Yeah.
We only have like a dozen contacts registered, it looks like.
And I've noticed a lot of those were just some skin on skin. Just a little bit of scraping here and there.
Rubbing is racing.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Looks like the gaps up front are kind of starting to form. Nick 4 seconds out. Riviera is 6 tenths behind Mike Jackson, and then Murato's P4 3 seconds behind.
Yeah. Checking back with this Paul Miles train. for P1 in the silver split. Everybody's really close together. This can go any way. Oh, I did
All I
just
know
notice.
is not enough flashing from Luis in my opinion.
Exactly. Where's the macro, Luis? I know you're listening to this.
That is disappointed in you right now. It's about to revoke your macro privileges.
Flash or disqualify? Up ahead. Oh, I do see Carlos Guzman with a yellow flag. I wonder if he... I can't even click on him.
Oh, I think he DC'd. He is literally in the trees.
Carlos Guzman going for a little bit of a picnic there. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
His car was perfectly parked in between a couple trees. Like,
I know, that was just like, he's like, you know what? These are some nice trees.
let me get the towel out.
Oh, other Guzman has an off track here.
Oh, the Guzman
Oh,
has
he just straight up missed his braking point.
Oh, as we see either contact, no, and that Schmitzer hit in the back of him. I don't know if Schmitzer had enough time to react, and that's unfortunately going to drop him down a couple positions. And another contact.
I spoke too soon. The caster curses are occurring.
Oof. How dare you? ACC crashes. Did you crash or was it a disconnect? Because the server should be a bit better today. We've completely killed the practice server. Yeah, I'm
Looks
sorry,
like
dude.
Oh, full crash. Damn.
Damn. I hope the picnic where your car parked at the end was good at least.
A nice rainy day picnic.
Hey, I've done it. We went for picnic and then it started raining.
You need a therapist?
Hey, listen, we had already bought the food for the picnic and we were just chilling. It's like, nah, who cares about rain? Nothing's gonna stop me.
Cruise under yellow flag. Oh no. A little too much wet curb in a Porsche.
Oh,
Just loses it.
and we see Barrett losing his brakes a little bit of contact with Jeremy Story, and both are skin on exit.
My God.
It's a little bit of jelly bean
Rubber band
physics there.
man. This
Yeah.
is like. I will.
Yeah, see if you can find that.
'Cause I thought I saw him under yellow.
Up ahead, Dylan Sauer trying to make Santos driving his mirrors a little bit there with a fake send into the kink. That's really not sendable. Very close to each other. It looks like Paul Miles and Luis Castro have kind of broken off a little bit from this train. 2 seconds away, and they're gonna try and catch. Who's that? Carl Big right ahead.
Yeah, so you're, so other crew, Guzman was fine. He was actually the one that tried to make the move on the inside. I think it was Story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw Schmitzer hit him.
Yeah, we watched that
but-
live.
Yeah, but there was, as far as from the crash from other Guzman, he did not get affected by it. So.
Unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see you in the next event. Just for reference, do we have a break coming up, or is it the break coming in the week after?
Great. I would assume it's after this week, right?
'Cause this is going to be our midway race, our 5th race out of 10 this season.
Yeah, I can look here. Because I know...
Check
like
the
in
Discord
2
events.
weeks is a holiday weekend for us in the States. It's President's Day weekend.
It might be then.
Let's see here. That is the wrong series. Hold on. By me, professional here.
David Funk. So David Funk had started from the pits. Is currently back to 25th. Was he involved in an incident? I would have expected him to be a bit further up today.
Who now?
David Funk.
I think he might have had an incident early
Yes, he
on.
did.
Well, he started in the pits.
Yeah, he started in the pits, but I also see contact with the car plus 7. With him.
Oh, I can check that. So the break looks like next weekend.
Okay, so
So we
next
are
weekend
not-
there is no race.
Yep, and then the following weekend, which is a holiday weekend for the States, so hopefully we still have a good turnout. February 19th will be the next race after today, and that is at Indianapolis.
Almost 3 wide through the chicane. That is.
That's a great idea.
Oh,
boys.
but that's not a great idea right there.
That is. Oh my.
Jose. Hold the brakes. Try and reverse it. Yeah. That is unfortunate.
My.
We're gonna
That's a butt clincher.
Lance Stroll away.
To Louise.
Nicholas Alvarado currently your race leader, 6 seconds ahead of Mike Jackson. Who, props to Mike, he's doing really well, keeping up relatively within a couple seconds of Nicholas, while having to defend from Ricardo. We haven't really checked in with these two up in the front for P2, but it looks like Ricardo Rivera is currently just stuck behind Mike Jackson, who's, I recall from the last time racing with him, he's a really good defense. Further back down the field, Andrew Rado sitting quietly in a little bubble, followed by Brandon Mayer 2 seconds behind, who's been doing pretty well today. Trevor Jackson within a second of Brandon, so he's going to be looking at making up some time. Hi chat, his team. Hi Trevor. Peter Hutch 2 seconds behind, and Carl Biggs 6 seconds behind. I don't think Carl is enjoying that Audi in these conditions.
So Funk did have an off. It was after the Schmitzer hit.
Ooh.
If you wanna
Let's
pull
get
up the
that
we
replay.
can- So he's trying to avoid. They both are. Schmitzer coming back on track, and then Cruz just kind of
A little tap.
loses it on re-entry and just gives him a little tap.
Yeah, that's
So that's where
unfortunate.
that contact was. But yeah.
I believe I've just seen a car come out of the pits, so that is Dan Tizarro has already placed his pit stop, and so has Jay Barrett. I believe Barrett he did have the incident. I believe we've seen him come into contact twice or
Other
three times.
Guzman has parked it in the pits. I'm not sure if he's done or not. He's currently down 2 laps. So
That's unfortunate. Mark Robeson, again, stuck behind Santos and trying to make him look in his mirrors and going into that kink. That is that turn 4? I
I
believe.
think so.
Let me get the track map on screen real quick. You have to.
I think Santos right now, his best bet, just keep the eyes forward. If an Aston's going to get around you, it's just going to get around you. There's not much.
That is turn
This
4.
McLaren's just better off staying on the dry line that is there. Just trying to keep that line.
Yep. And just switching to the track map real quick just now, I noticed again, and I've completely forgotten about this, Hungaroring is a track that has not a single corner name. They're all just numbers.
Well, yeah, because it would be Death Corner 1, Death Corner 2, Death Corner 3, you know, just so you just call it Turn 1, Turn 2, Turn 3, you know, it's the same thing.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you want, we can name each corner based off who I killed in that corner.
You've killed someone in every corner, haven't you?
Almost, probably. I'm pretty sure at least in Sector 2 and Sector 3.
You had killed Milo, haven't you, in this track?
No, I haven't killed Milo, period. He is
Oh.
the one man I refuse to kill. I want to stay on the elite list of like 3 people that haven't killed Milo.
John Lukey, I just noticed him passing Schmitzer on the timesheet. It looks like Schmitzer really has some damage from that incident from earlier. I would expect him to pit and get it repaired as much as he can. That might get his lap times down. I don't know if it has as much as a time hit in the rain when you're a bit damaged in the front.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Back to this train. This train has been the most interesting so far. These guys are all within a couple tenths of each other. Luis and Paul Miles. Dan Tesoro unfortunately gets himself stuck behind them after his pit. And he's not going to be able to make a move on them unless he's significantly faster and they let him through.
Well, he is also, I believe, yeah, he's technically a back marker to them, so I doubt they're just going to let him go. Joby, uh-oh.
Joby, I just saw yellow for him, yeah.
Yeah.
Little
I'm about
spin.
to- I think it was, yeah. Just wet curb Porsche things.
White curb Porsche things, and he goes to the pits. I see another yellow flag with Schmitzer just now.
Audi things.
Saudi things.
Yep, too much curb, and just rotates the car. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I think almost all cars at Hungaroring. These corners are such high-speed corners that you just don't want to touch these wet curbs.
And they're off camber too. That doesn't make it any easier.
Chris with the one-lap driver on board with Riviera.
All right. Rivera, let's get on board with him as soon as he crosses the line. Just in seconds. This fight here in the back is... I mean, these guys...
Yeah, I've got the... You know, I'm loving to see this race from Santos. I know he's been relatively quiet so far this season.
He's been involved in a few incidents that were not his fault, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. If you want to... I have this pulled up on my screen if you want to do the onboard with Rivera, and then I can... You can do side... Chris said he can do side-by-side. He don't care. If you want to keep this battle. But yeah, he's... Like I was saying, Santos is just having a really good race today. And, you know, holding back people like Sauer and Robeson is a pretty good feat.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised to see not as much water spray kicking up from behind the cars. I was expecting to be a lot more impossible to see.
That's what I was noticing. I don't know, is it maybe it's because we're in broadcast or something? But I wouldn't see how that would make any difference. I was thinking the same thing though.
No, I think this is pretty much the medium wet conditions that we looked for.
Oh, well, the track actually has gone damp.
Oh yeah,
That's probably why. I just noticed that.
there isn't a lot of spray. Dave Funk says, "Wait, Dave, you're off track. Did we miss something?" Oh.
So like I said, that's probably why Santos is able to keep this pace right now in the damp conditions. Give me some damp conditions in the McLaren, and I'm a happy boy. Like, it's just perfect. The car does really well with not overheating tires.
And this has gotten a lot more interesting. I did not realize it was going to go damp.
I think it's just because we actually have a decent sized grid. They're actually forming those dry lines. It looks like the boys up front in those Hondas are trying to cool the tires actually as we speak. I saw them going off the line. So we do have rain plus in 30 minutes, but that doesn't really matter. I think we're just going to actually stay. What a save by Robeson. As I'm trying to say that, he does a huge, his back end is really out. Oh, I think we actually watched that live, didn't we? The Funk.
Yes, we did have him on the side. These guys are so close together now. So the rain that says rain plus in 30, it's not actually in 30, it's between 10 and 30. That's one thing that...
Oh, that's true.
So we could see some rain increase. I don't know if that's going to affect
if you keep
the
these
strategy.
conditions, I don't think you'll go to greasy, but these damp conditions definitely are going to make things spicy. These tires are not going to be happy, depending on what car you're in.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I see Rados has fallen off on his lap times. Like I said, I don't think the Porsche really likes the transitioning weather. He's probably hoping that this just stayed wet.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think Mike Jackson is really pushing it, as well as Rivera up ahead. Like they have done basically within thousandths of their best lap time, their last lap. So
yeah,
they're going for it.
I mean, if you're up against Nick and you know how terrible he is with tires, it's probably a good time to push while it's damp, because Nick is probably making his tires big.
I think he's gotten a lot better with tires as soon as he got a wheel.
Wait, did he finally get a wheel upgrade? Did I miss this?
Oh no, not a wheel upgrade. I said a wheel. His keyboard and mouse days, those were interesting for the tires.
No, they were still terrible. What are you talking about?
I mean,
just
they were
last
bad,
season.
but not as bad. I mean, it's just an hour. It's not that bad on your tires. Plus, you get to replace them, right?
Yeah. Looks like this battle is just getting... You know, Tez is just like, you know, I'm just going to chill in this giant battle, I guess. You got Milo and Luis.
Luis late, braking a bit too late there. It looks like he might have lost a little bit of time. Further in the back as well, Andrea Lloyd and Mike Lukey. Going through the turn 2 hairpin, both in Porsches.
I also have a battle between Martinez and Miller and Bronze at the back of the pack, but also having to deal with the leaders actually coming through right now. They both haven't done their pit stops yet.
Yeah, I wonder when Rivera is going to do his pit stop, because I would imagine he's getting held up now by Mike Jackson. It doesn't seem like he can make the pass happen. And I believe right as we mentioned that Mike Jackson and Rivera both dive into the pits. Almost contact going into the pits, so we're going to have to see who gets the better exit.
Yep, Rado stays out. Let's see here.
Rivera probably not very happy about that. I would imagine he was going for the undercut on Mike Jackson, but
Yep.
right ahead of him, he's gone at the same time.
You know, I'm curious to know if that was a planned stop by
Mike, you think?
by Mike, or if he was able to react quick enough.
I believe that probably was planned. I mean, we're right about the halfway mark. So it just makes sense. Let's go back to look at them. They are coming out of the pits.
Oh my god. Rivera got to stop go 30 speeding in the pits.
Oh, and that's gonna ruin his race. That
Yes,
is
he got
rough.
it to work by speeding in the pits.
Oh my god.
That was a close exit. Holy moly. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate he got the stop go.
That is unfortunate. That
But-
was a impressive exit right in front of
You can't
Mike,
go
but I
fast
guess,
there, mate.
Yep. So that's gonna put him down quite a bit. I'm pretty sure Mike is ecstatic about that now. He gets to breathe a little
Yep.
bit. That sucks.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but also like
The rules are rules.
rules are rules. Yeah, no, it's
I
you're
wish we could
trying to
change
get
it.
every single gain that advantage, especially for that little bit of an undercut.
Yeah. Oh, Dave, we did see it.
We're halfway through, not over yet.
So
I
Rados
didn't realize
in
you
the
made
pits.
it. Rados in the pits. So our leaders are pitting. Paul Miles, train conductor, also pits right in front of us. Luis gets to keep that mantle for a little bit. Tez is just sitting behind. I wonder if Tez is going to try and make a move now. That Miles is out of the question. Yep, understeering into other cars. That happens.
And it looks like Dylan Sauer went into the pits as well. He's probably going to try to do the undercut, which isn't a terrible idea right now. Obviously, you know, all these boys are pumped up and they're all going to have to pit. So,
Yeah, I see a yellow flag for Martinez coming out of turn 5. Wonder.
looks like he might have just done
think he
some
might have
McLaren
slid.
things.
Slid.
Yeah.
This train. This train, man. I mean, right now we're looking at a train of silver leaders and back markers, so.
Also got a current. So, Michael Lukey has caught up to Lloyd. Neither of them have pit yet. And
Just
right now
noticed-
they're just like in their own little bubble here. Some Porsche on Porsche action. Looks like Rivera has elected to immediately serve that stop go.
Yep, as you probably should. Don't want to get disqualified entirely. It's still points for you.
Nick is in the pits.
Dylan Beveridge and Dylan Sauer. The battle of the Dylans. Wait, are they for position? They are.
Are they?
The timing, yeah, the timing boards haven't updated yet, but because they haven't crossed sector 1. There we go.
That's right.
Like right over, under, almost there. And the blinding lights of the Joby's car right ahead there. Nicholas into the pits, our race leader.
He should be coming. Yeah, he's moving. And Lukey has elected to dive into the pits, so he's going to attempt this undercut on Andre.
Mike Jackson.
Bruce,
currently-
the bronze leader, is in the pits as well.
Mike Jackson looks like making the move on. Ooh, very close behind to Alvarado. Looks like Alvarado lost some time in the pits. And Mike is currently fighting with Jeremy Story, who has not done his pit yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how.
Not sure how that relationship is outside of this series, so looks like Storage is going to let him go. Or Mike is going to say, I'm going to go. One of the two.
Yeah, but Mike very close to Nicolas Alvarado from 2 seconds, so he's dropped that gap by 5? Or Nicholas,
Something like that.
or Nicholas just absolutely babooning and taking it extremely slow into the pits.
You know, one of the two.
Or I would imagine he might have not taken tires.
Oh, Mike Jackson might not have.
Yeah, I wonder if Rivera
Let's
and Mike Jackson would have.
see. My guess would be, yes, he did not take tires. His time stop is 27 seconds with Nick's being 32. So
Ooh.
he elected to not take tires, which is not, if you're good on tires in the wet, why?
Oh, we need to a replay on Dylan Sauer. His car is absolutely mangled on the exit of 3.
Oh, he's gonna park it and send
Oh,
it back. What
I'm
happened?
so sorry to see that.
Getting that pulled up right now. Let's see. 43, right?
Lots of shuffling. So we have had cars drop off. I believe we're down 5 cars.
I do have the replay if you want to watch.
Let's get that on screen. It's on the exit of 3. Lots of shuffling around going on right now in my timesheets. It's extremely difficult to figure out what's going on. Oh, it looks like he loses it. No.
That's so unfortunate. Yeah, I grabbed a little too much on the inside curb and then just loses it on the exit as well.
I'm sorry to see that, Dylan. Knowing him, he's going to be absolutely frustrated at himself right now.
For sure. So Carl Big in the lead currently still has yet to do his pit stop. He's got Mr. Luis Castro right behind him.
Oh, there he is. Luis flashing. Thank you.
A little bit.
Not enough.
Nick has gained the gap back up to 3 seconds to Mike.
Yeah, so
So it
Nicholas...
looks like Mr. Rados has found Trevor Jackson after the pit cycle.
Mm-hmm. And we're yet to see the train conductors for Silver, where they end up after the pits. Currently, Mark Robeson leading from all the Silvers that have pitted. So Mark Robeson has gained a position on Paul Miles. It looks like Paul has probably lost quite a bit of time behind back markers that haven't yet pit after his undercut.
And little word of information here. Looks like Trevor also followed Mike's plan of taking no tires. So the Jacksons did not take tires. Nick and Rados did take tires.
So I'm curious to see the gap in lap times now. Which I wouldn't imagine it's incredibly large, but at the same time the track is damp.
Yep, which
So
I think came down to it. It's like, I think you probably want to take the tires because of the damp conditions. You know, if it stayed wet, then it would be a little different.
Yeah, as we see Trevor kind of going very wide on the exit of 2. Rados almost getting through. Rados is going to have to tuck in here.
Story is in the pits now. But I think Trevor is holding up Rados.
He might be, and at the same time, I see Mark Robeson has caught up to Carl Big. So yeah, like we said, Carl really not liking that Audi over here. Seems like most of his pace is has been deleted by the moist Hungaroring conditions.
Yep. So it looks like... What? Oh, I guess Santos hasn't pitted yet. I was like, where did he go? So yeah, it looked like Milo lost at least one position to Robeson.
Yeah, or Robeson has found some pace.
2 positions to this, and Milo might lose 2 depending on where Santos comes out, who is now currently our current leader overall, since he still has yet to pit. Luis is now in the pits.
Yeah, Luis in the pits, and Milo, remember, Milo was right in front of him by 10th before he pit.
Yep.
So let's see if you can get Milo. Where's Milo currently on track?
I can get Milo
Around the second to last corner.
I've got Milo on my screen. He just came out of the penultimate coming into the final corner with Beverage right behind him. 212, that's Luis. So Luis is up and moving. He is already out of the pits.
Luis is out of the pits and makes it clear of Milo. So it looks like Milo
By a
has really
lot.
lost a lot of time.
So Milo was stopped for 3 seconds longer. However, the total time in the pits, he only lost 1 second.
I'm guessing that's just going past the pit stall by like 3 centimeters.
Yeah, something like that. And he lost 2 seconds to Dylan Beveridge, so that's why Beveridge is so close. Robeson elected to not take tires as well.
A lot of different strategies today. Love to see
I
it.
like it. You
I
love
like
to
it.
see it. So Santos still in the lead. Like we were saying, Luis now with a 6-second gap to Milo. So he gained a lot of time staying on track.
Yes. However, Robeson has gotten past Luis with the undercut. So it looks like Robeson has found a lot of pace, and we're gonna put side by side here. Carl Big just 2/10 behind Cruz, and Robeson just 5/10 behind. Luis just 7/10 behind. This is it's starting to be interesting
Milo and
here.
Beveridge fight. Looks like Milo might be able to use. Who is that? Martinez, possibly? Who is that? As a kind of a buffer, but looks like Beveridge was able to get by. I thought he was actually going to get held up by the back mark. It's not.
Albig just gets ahead of Cruz. It looks like Cruz has gone into the pits, so he's managed to get past him. Mark Robeson still very close behind. Andrew Ridas, ooh, right as we switch back to the game cam, and Mercedes going very wide there. Was that Hutch? Oh yeah, that was Hutch. Very wide out of 3. Honestly, it looked like he was going to lose it. I see Paul Miles just losing the spot to Beveridge, or is he fighting with him? Oh, they're fighting.
Also have Bruce kind of tucked behind Lloyd at the moment here. It's not for class positions or anything like that, but as you know, Bruce is a man that's not going to back down from a fight.
I think Bruce is a smart man, and he does back down from a fight if it doesn't cost him spots. Points.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not going to... He's wise.
As a wise man said.
As a wise man. He's not going to make a cent. But
Stay
if you give him the
alive.
opportunity, he's going to take it.
Stay alive and get your points, right?
Yep. He learned it from Brian, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Brian the true, I don't exist, guys. Don't worry about me. I'm not dangerous. Wins every race.
Our
So
previous
Santos
race
finally in the
leader-
pits.
Yep, Santos.
So I'm curious to see where he ends up actually after this. Because he was part of the Robeson Milo train.
Yeah. Luis currently almost got past Mark Robeson and had to yield back the spot. Lots of really close racing. Bruce Hopkins currently, wow, camera, getting around Lloyd. It looks like Lloyd has let him go.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lloyd is just thinking, and this.
So
Hopkins
also
guy.
Trevor and Andrew have a new person joining the chat. We have Brandon Meyer actually catching up to the two.
Player 3 has entered the game.
Yep, he was 7/10 quicker than these boys
A
last
little
lap.
bit of rubbing there. Luis and Robeson, nothing dangerous. Wow, these boys really going at it. Gonna put the Kelly cam. It looks like Robeson has decided to tuck in behind Luis for turn 4. Smart thing to do. And lots going on. Actually, I see Hopkins and Lloyd are swapping positions, so they're fighting.
Definitely choosing to not give it up.
This battle up ahead as well for P3.
Yeah, I think the situation that we're seeing here is that Trevor's holding up Rados. Rados can't get by him. And now he just has another Aston behind him.
And I do want to add that the prediction has not changed. It still is. So within the next 10 minutes, we're still not having higher rain. I was going to say damp. It looks like until the end of the race, probably right at the end, a bit more sprinkle. This race has definitely been more interesting than I thought it would have been.
And we might actually get Hutch might join this battle for P3 as well.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping an eye on him, and it looks like he is catching up slowly.
Yeah.
We see Schmitzer moving out the way.
Meyer
to let
with
Hutch
a
go.
great run on the exit, but he cannot.
He can't make it. Hutch, holy sh! I mean, I just look at that Mercedes going sideways off the curb. Hutch, you madman! I want to see. I want to see Hutch from the inside. Look at this man, lobbing this Mercedes around. Look at that steering input.
He's insane.
Lots of understeer and then tons of oversteer every corner.
Skin on skin.
Skin on skin. This guy is a madman.
I think it's safe to say that he has joined this battle too. He is there, and this is just gonna be.
Oh no! Who told you I didn't? I haven't already.
Wow,
Chris has now saved that clip and has tucked it away for future.
Oh, you know, I thought about it in the back of my head. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't say it. You know, it didn't come out of my mouth.
Nope.
Please don't clip that too. I'm gonna have to start thinking about things before I say anything now.
You know, I gave up in this community about thinking before I say. I just embrace it. You know, I lean into it. You know,
Lean into it. Wow. Yeah, Andrew Radis really having a tough time. He's getting better exits out of 3, but he cannot get ahead into 4. What a sight. What a sight to behold.
yeah, this is pretty much our really only battle. You have Luki and Palant in back. But it's not for any class positions. This is really our only big battle right now.
Yeah, and this is about to become a 4-way. Like, Hutch has gotten even closer this lap. And he really is reeling them in. If you check the last lap times, Hutch is 5/10 faster than Brandon Mayer on the last lap. So they are catching, and this is about to turn into a 4-way fight for the last position of the podium. Look at that train. Led by Trevor. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Sure. I'm sure Rados is just sweating bullets in that VR headset right now.
You go, Rados.
It already gets hot in those things, but in a fight like this,
Oh yeah, 100%. I can confirm.
hopefully he's got his seatbelts in. This is gonna get. Oh,
As he gets the
Yes.
inside corner into.
but
Yeah,
even with a
one-
better exit, he just cannot get alongside these Astons.
Yeah, he really has to
Hutch.
get.
Now this is a battle. Now this is pod racing.
I did see Brandon Mayer having a
Gets little
massive
loose.
slide there. That's going to let Hutch ahead, and they're just going to swap for the time being. Hutch sliding that car.
I've had him. It was Kyalani. He made the biggest like it wasn't even really a set, but like the biggest move on me on the inside on like lap 1 in that hairpin, the top of the hill, scared the shit out of me. But it was clean, like it wasn't close or anything like that. He just was back there, and then he was just next to me. I'm like, ow, how do you break like that? This dude is a mad lad.
Just gotta say, I swapped over to Jeremy's story as it looked like he was about to make a move on Michael Lukey, and he's missed his braking for turn 1. Gets to keep the spot. Still ahead of Barrett, and ooh.
Oh, Rivera yellow
I
flag.
see a yellow flag for Rivera, yeah.
Oh, he just, yeah, too much curb on the exit of the kink.
Too much curb. We're not going to show that. This fight, man. This fight.
Yeah, this is the thing.
It's really sweating bullets under there. And it looks like Rados is going to try and make it move. He's not quite going to have the run on him.
He's trying to find that confidence in those Porsche brakes to make that move happen, but he's having to move into that wet line, which I'm sure he's losing.
Yeah. It looks like he's getting a little impatient now, but like, it seems like he knows where he's a bit better, but he still can't make that move happen.
I mean, he's been behind him for what, 12 minutes now? 15 minutes?
Yeah,
It feels like
so.
he just cannot get this move to happen.
Look at that. They're so close together coming out of 4. It's insane.
This is when it comes down to, you know, these boys in the gold split knowing each other pretty well, knowing each other enough to know how each other drive to be able to stay this close to. Like, I don't have this confidence in myself to stay this close in these conditions.
I mean, you know, the only problem with staying together for so long is sometimes mistakes are bound to just happen. Even if you don't want it to. I would definitely do not want to see something happen to these boys, but this fight has been fantastic to look at. But being so close to someone for so long is like more and more chances to make a mistake. And it looks like he's getting a bit desperate there, trying to make the move on.
I think he's just trying to force the mistake. You know, he might not be full committing to try to make these moves happen, but just more so, hey, I might do it though.
I also wonder if he's trying to defend Hutch and not really send it on Trevor ahead, because Hutch has a faster car. Ultimately, if he doesn't defend this corner, Hutch does stick behind, but like that could have been an opportunity for Hutch to send it on Rados.
Yeah, sure.
Other fights on track currently, apart from this one, we're looking at Luis Castro leading silvers by 4 seconds, followed by Mark Robeson.
Rados goes wide.
Ooh. Rados goes
Side by
wide.
side with Hutch. I think he's gonna have to just.
He's gonna have to
give that to Hutch.
Wow. Good racing, boys.
Great racing.
Hutch
Fortunate for Rados, but you know, kudos to him to just being smart about it.
Yeah, now he's
Keeping the
gonna
car on track.
he's gonna have to try and see if
Hutch, what? Hutch, what are you?
Hutch getting a little loose, too loose there.
But honestly, one of the best spots on the track to have a mistake because it's still like impossible to pass there,
It really is.
even in dry conditions.
It really is. I wonder now, even though Trevor has gotten a little bit farther out, but still within tow range, Rados might just be looking for Hutch to make the move on Trevor and kind of open that door for him. Because he's not been able to get through because of how slow the Porsche is on the straights.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking that before Rados, you know, had his mistake. I was thinking, I wonder if he just lets Hutch by. Because we all know Hutch, right? He is. He will make the moves if he sees it for him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh no, Joby, what?
I'm assuming
with
those are
6
some good
minutes
old
to go.
classic track limits.
Joby gets a drive-through for track limits. That, you hate to see it. Joby.
He thought maybe his car would blend in with the white lines and wouldn't get any track limits.
It's too bright. Drive-through. Hutch has closed that gap again. And I see Brandon Mayer also pushing. That might be a track cut for him. Be careful, mate. Don't get drive-through like Joby now.
Yeah, you kind of forget about the track limits until you see one of those drive-throughs and you're like, oh shit, that is a thing. And so now you wonder, do any of these guys have any? Like, you know, what's everyone's situations type thing?
Yep.
Usually not as bad in the wet. It's usually a little bit more lenient. Oh my god, Hutch.
Hutch is...
In the same corner again. But again, like, there's nothing you can do as the person behind you. You're like, oh cool, you made this great mistake. In any other corner on any other track would be fine. But in the S's of Hungaroring, you're just like, oh, okay.
in Hungaroring. There's nothing to do. Oh, Santos also gets a drive-through.
Oh, no.
No. You hate to see it. This is 2 with just a couple laps to go. You hate to see. I wonder if it's just the circuit drying up a little bit more and ACC being a bit more not so lenient on
yeah,
the
it could be.
exits.
You know, kudos to Trevor, honestly. He has, since this battle started with him and Rados, he has just put down clean, consistent laps.
Yeah. Further back, I just saw Michael Lukey has lost a spot to Story. I wonder if Lukey kind of had a little slip up and Story went for it. On the same corner that Hutch has been having some trouble. Luis Castro, 5/10 behind Carl Big. Luis Castro currently leading the silver split, giving us a little bit of a lights on, lights off. And again, this battle hasn't stopped, and they're so close to being able to make moves. Rados trying to see if he can send it in turn 5.
Yeah, they're slowly pulling away from Brennan Meyer. He's still back there, but he is definitely just a little bit off pace.
What a show.
Hutch was like, not 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Checking back while these guys are racing, our race leader, Nicholas Alvarado, just quietly ahead, 20-second gap to Mike Jackson, who has greatly benefited from Trevor holding up the rest of the pack. Currently 14 and a half seconds ahead of Trevor Jackson, who is high chat defending for his life here.
And I'm sure Mike is just coasting, knowing that Rivera ended up dropping all the way down to P12 overall after that stop at 30.
Oh yeah, that sucks for Rivera, really.
Looks like the boys are trying to keep those tires cool.
Yeah, Hutch trying to keep it cool and make it look like he's gonna do something. Something extreme.
Just give him a little wave in that right side mirror, you know.
I have seen, ooh, a little late braking there, almost hits the back of Trevor. Further back, Lukey loses a spot currently to Barrett. I wonder if Lukey's really
Carl
struggling.
and Luis, they're actually side by side into turn 1. Luis giving it to Carl.
I wonder if Carl is just gonna let him go. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, I said nothing. It wasn't me.
Sure, Carl's losing his shit right now on stream.
I don't think so. He kind of he broke it a little late because it was Carl running wide into Luis.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at this. A 10th from Hutch.
Wow.
If he gets an
Hutch.
exit here, he might be able to do something into the next corner.
He kicked out the... Oh.
Oh, he was really looking for it. Wow, what a camera.
Nice camera, mate.
Just watching the Baron.
All right, so the spiciness is occurring though. They have who's that?
They have one more lap to make it happen, or to just
They
stick to where
have-
they are.
Pete right in front of them as a back marker.
Ooh, Drew Pete.
So hopefully he. Oh god. Hopefully he just stays out of the way and lets these boys go.
And he does.
Honestly,
That's the best thing to do. I see Wham,
yeah.
Ryan with a yellow flag. Hutch getting a bit. Whew. I'm sweating from just watching this.
So I believe final lap. Yes.
This is the final lap of the race.
Yeah.
And Hutch is really giving it all there, almost going wide. I wonder if that was a track cut. It could have been.
The amount of curb he's taking in that car. How? Like,
Ooh.
oh. Who was? Oh, that was Gelson Cruz off.
Cruz just off the distance. Rado's trying to make the move now. He knows that Hutch has a bit of rough time coming out of the chicane.
I think, honestly, the best interest of Rados at this point, I think, is just leave a little gap and let these two play it out, because you're not going to get P3 without a little help from these two.
What about
Just
the
give you
Alpha?
some room to react to something.
Hutch really going for it, either trying to cool his tires or really put him off.
Oh my!
That was so close. Oh, and Trevor's gonna defend. Oh, and there's contact.
No, Rados! No.
Oh, Rados. No.
You hate to see
Hits
it.
Last lap lunge with the defense from Trevor. I wonder. Ooh, you hate to see it. And Trevor is going to cross the line in third thanks to that. Hutch
And that's
right
going to
behind
gift Brandon.
takes 5th spot.
Wait, did he give it back? Did he let Hutch have it?
No, Hutch got the spot. Hutch was turned facing the correct way, and Rados
Oh,
faced
did he?
the
I
line.
missed that part.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
Further back in silver, Luis Castro wins silver, followed closely by Mark Robeson with Paul Miles in 3rd position. Just dodging cars there.
We got a close fight here with Lukey and Santos on the final corners here.
Yeah, Lukey and Santos. This is 8 in silver. Silver being a really thick split.
Yep.
I don't think Santos is going to be able to do much. That's going to be such a bummer. He was leading almost. He was in that Paul Miles train at the beginning of the race.
Yep.
And
Really good
his
race from
drive-through
him
put
though,
back,
overall.
yeah. And in our bronze split, we have Bruce Hopkins winning by a whole lap, followed by John Lukey and Drew Pete. Drew Pete doing fantastic to get out of the way of the leaders that were going for the fight at the end of the race. What a fight.
Yep, that was
What a fight. that was amazing from the boys. I love it. I love it. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I love it.
That was, yeah, it was a great battle.
That really was.
Until Rados just, was like, you know what, I'm gonna start blasting. But
And then I started blasting. Can we get a replay of that?
yeah, I'm actually pulling it up right now.
Let's see what happened once more. Right at the penultimate corner on the final lap, Rados sees the door and yeah, that's
He tries to make his move. He can't get slowed down enough.
yeah, that's a move from too far. Hutch being lucky enough to keep that spot from Brandon, who had to slow down for it. Horse braked. Yep. He saw the
No,
door open from Trevor, kind of making the full defense on Hutch, and he kind of wanted to go for it, but yeah. Porsche
So Brandon did lift. Brandon lifted and gave the position
Yes.
to Hutch.
Did he give it, or did he just
Mhm.
stop?
No, he lifted because that was definitely Brandon's to be had. They are teammates in turn 1,
Oh, fair enough.
so I think Brandon was just like, "You deserve that position." Just gave it to him. He's like, "I'll take Rados's, but I'll let you keep yours."
Wow.
And that just says some good buds, good sportsmanship between those.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Well-
Rados tried a Porsche brake.
Yeah, the Porsche brake
But-
unfortunately didn't work for him. That door was open, but he was a bit too late to the party for it.
Yep.
Well, damn. What an exciting end of the race. Well, that is going to conclude round 5 Hungaroring for the GT3 series. Next week we are taking a break, and then the following week, do we know where we are?
We are in Indianapolis, so 2 weeks from tonight on the 19th. It is going to be from Indianapolis.
And I believe it is a transition race, right? Dry and wet, or hopefully transition, if we can get it to work. We'll figure it out. Come back in 2 weeks.
Yes, transition dry wet, slightly warm sunset.
Here we have it.
So it'll probably be dry.
Yes, the break next week for the Bathurst, 12 hours. That's exactly it. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks.
Screw American holidays. Break for the Bathurst 12-hour.
Cares about that? I'm in Canada.
Exactly.
Well, boys, that's gonna be it. Don't go anywhere as we're gonna replay the intro video that Barrett has created for us, and yeah, we'll be seeing you guys in 2 weeks.
Wow, it's very nice.
This is very nice. See you guys. Thank you for coming.
Later.